Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be doing a comparison between a 2022 Nissan Armada and a 2021 Chevy Suburban. First and foremost, so a huge shout out and thank you to the Larch Miller Chevy here in Provo for giving me some time with this Suburban. This particular one is pre-owned, so if you want the most up-to-date pricing on it, check out their website in the description down below. It is available as well. Let's get into the video. Now let's pop under the hoods of both of the vehicles. Starting over here with the Suburban, you have two main engine options that people will get for this. The first one is the naturally aspirated 5.3 liter V8, goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's good for 355 horsepower and then 383 pound-feet of torque. The other engine option that is becoming more and more popular is a naturally aspirated 6.2 liter V8, goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. It's good for 420 horsepower and then 460 pound-feet of torque. And then popping over here to the Armada, you have one engine. You've got the naturally aspirated 5.6 liter V8, goes through a 7-speed automatic transmission. It's good for 400 horsepower and then 413 pound-feet of torque, which is kind of like right in between both of the engine options available with the Suburban is the best way to look at it. Now let's go over the front ends of both of the vehicles, starting over here with the Suburban. First off, I love the color on this. It just absolutely pops. You guys can see the design here on the hood. It's kind of like flat in the center with one body line there. And then it kind of waves off to the side, if that makes sense. And then we do have the LED reflector lights with the accent light just down below that. Parking sensors here on the front end. And then you guys can see here with the front grille, you've got the blacked out Chevy bow tie. There is a camera just down below that. And yeah, overall, you guys can see kind of like, looks good from a styling perspective. Popping over here to the Armada, you guys will notice kind of just like a large flat hood. You do have some body lines on it. And then coming down below, we do have the LED accent lights here with the headlights themselves. Fog light down below, parking sensors here on the front end. You got the Nissan logo with a camera there at the bottom of the, well, kind of like in between on the logo. But anyways, there is the front ends of both the vehicles. Let's go over the tire and wheel setup. We have two 75mm tires wrapped around 22-inch wheels here on the Suburban. On the Armada, we have two 75mm tires wrapped around 20-inch wheels. And you guys can see the design here at the wheel on the Armada. Kind of looks like blades pointing towards the center. And then over here on the Suburban, the Suburban's an RST, so it has pretty sporty looking wheels overall. And then notice here what they do with the fender. Blacked out Suburban logo. We got our blacked out V8 badge with some accenting here to the side. Notice we got fixed side steps on both of them. Body painted mirrors, well, on that one, and then this mirror's all blacked out. And you can see the trim here around the windows. You got like a mix between the chrome and some black trim, then chrome there around the top, and then rails on the tops of both of them. And then also notice here on the Armada, you've got the Fender Flares that pop out quite a bit. No Fender Flares here on the Suburban, but yeah, that's the side views with both of them. So here are the key fobs for both of them. The one that says Nissan on it is obviously for the Armada. Anyways, you've got the remote start, the lock, the unlock, and then the opening for the hatch, which we'll press that. And then over here on the Chevy side of things, you have like the same setup, but you can open the window with the key fob as well, which is pretty cool. But we'll start by opening up the hatch on it. And you have to just press it twice and then, well, it'll pop open. And there we go. Before we pop in, let's go over payload capacity. So we have a payload of 1,614 pounds and then 1,477 pounds respectively. Popping over here to the Armada, we'll start things off. We have the carpeting right here, and if you pick it up, very pointy, so just be aware of that. You guys can see storage space underneath with that whole setup. And then we have a 12-volt right here. The seats are manual for the operation, so you just do that, and then that'll allow you to fold it forward, and then you can lock it back in place and all that fun stuff. And yeah, that's everything for the back of the Armada. When you're done, just press that, and that'll let you close it up. Popping over here to the Suburban, you guys will notice there's a little bit more storage space. This is not a perfect comparison, because a more perfect comparison would be me comparing a Tahoe and not this Suburban to the Armada. But anyways, this is all that is available right now. You guys can see here with the seats, you can raise and lower them automatically with these controls. You can lower down the second row with those controls right there. And then you can see storage right here, and also cargo cover as well. And then same thing, just press that and that will close it all up. Wait for it, and boom. Now let's finish things up with the rear of both the vehicles. Starting over here with the Armada, you've got the Armada logo there in the center, Nissan logo just up above. LED lights here off to the side with our SL badge. Parking sensors here at the bottom, and then we do have a covering here for the receiver hitch. And yeah, other than that, you guys can kind of get a feel for the general design there with the rear. Popping over here to the Suburban, on the other hand, you guys can see here with the design on the taillights, and then the accenting here, and then with the Suburban logo. RST badge down below, and you guys can see again a bezel covering the receiver hitch, parking sensors in the rear, and there's kind of like the general shape, and then here's both of them together. Boom. Now let's go over the rears of both the vehicles, starting over here with the Armada. You guys will notice that you've got the leather here, and then just down below our window control, which is automatic. Got some speakers here for the sound system. And then here are the seats. You can see nice leather seats, perforated leather here in the center portion. Again, the side step makes getting in and out pretty easy. So you can see that whole setup right there, legroom, and then headroom as well. You guys can see the controls down here for the climate for the rear. And then we have some storage space here because this has the second row center console setup. As for the third row, nice place to be. Got some cup holders. You can fit adults back there comfortably, so that's definitely a big plus. Also, you do have access to the center console here in the rear, which is kind of interesting. And yeah, that's that. So we're gonna pop out, close her up. Popping over here to the Chevy, you guys can see here at the red stitching, looks pretty cool. We've got kind of this trim up here, window control right there, door lock and unlock, and then this has the Bose sound system. And then here are the seats. So again, you've got that red stitching, and you can kind of see the design here in the whole center portion. Then popping in, here's legroom. You guys can see headroom as well. Got some cup holders right here. We've got climate controls down below, heated seats as well, and then charging port, all that fun stuff. And then as for the rear seats, same thing as what you have in the Armada, where you can fit adults back there. But notice we got a USB port there in the back as well, so both of them are spacious. And also this pulls down to be cup holder setup, all that fun stuff. We're gonna pop to the front of this first, and then we'll do the Armada second. So here's the door panel at the front of the Suburban. You guys can see really nice trim here, and then up above, and then at the top as well. And then you guys can see around the door handle, all of our window controls. The front two are automatic. Memory seats, got your mirror adjustments. They do fold in. They do have blind spot monitoring. Another speaker for the Bose sound system, and then the Chevrolet logo. You've got the seats here at the front. Again, you guys can see the stitching, perforated leather here in the center portion, and then your power adjustments on the side. There's the pedals right there. We have our light controls here, trailer brake control, drive line select here, so you guys can see auto, 4-wheel high, 2-wheel high, and 4-wheel low. Parking brake up above, and then we have a bunch of safety tech right there, like the stability control, lane departure, parking sensors, all that fun stuff. Steering wheel is automatically adjustable, and there's one more look before we actually pop in. So, start her up. Man, that sun is bright. Let's see if we can fix that. There you go. Now the sun is less bright. Hopefully I can get through this before my camera dies, because my battery just started flashing at me. Anyways, leather all around the steering wheel. You guys can see red stitching here on the center portion. Controls for the center stack, voice command, phone controls. Heated steering wheel button, and then you got this for the cruise control. Radio controls are on the back. We have our turn signal / windshield wiper stock. And then you guys can see here for the gauge cluster with this one. Like I said, this is a 2021, I believe, if I am correct. I can scroll through some different screens there with the center gauge cluster, but most of it's analog. And then we have our drive mode selects. We have our normal, sport, off-road, tow haul that you can go in between from a drive mode perspective. And then here is the infotainment system. So first off, we pop it into reverse. Got the backup camera with trajectory lines to turn the steering wheel, but also we got a bunch of different viewpoints here with the camera system, so you can literally see out of every single angle of the Suburban, which is definitely nice, and the resolution on the cameras is fantastic as well. As for the rest of the infotainment system, its self-response time on the screen is great. It's easy to use, has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and yeah, I mean, it's easy to use and it's well integrated. We have our transmission selector right here with the low range, and you can also manually shift those little buttons right there. Anyways, down here you guys can see we've got analog controls for the radio, climate controls as well. We've got heated seats here for the front, and then you can see you've got nice USBs there, wireless phone charger, some cup holders, center console with all the red stitching. You can see the storage space inside of that. And then look at this. This is pretty nice here on the dash, and then also here on this portion of the dash, it also has like the leather trim with the stitching, so it looks very upscale actually. And then you got the glove box, and then we have a panoramic sunroof which is definitely a nice feature. We've got this for the hatch, we've got this for the seats right here, universal garage openers, and then sunroof on either side. Anyways, let's go over to the Armada. Now here's the front door panel with the Armada. You guys can see again the leather trim, and then all down below. All the windows are automatic. You've got your mirror adjustments, power folding mirror function. Mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. Got 2 functions for the memory seats. Got a little Armada plaque. Here are the seats at the front. So again, you've got the leather here with the perforated leather down the center portion. Power adjustments on the side. Pedal layout just down below, and then you've got that for like the hatch, for example. Steering wheel is automatically adjustable, and well, let's pop in. So, and don't worry, I just put a new battery in the camera, so we have a new lease on life. Anyways, of course the radio's on. Well, you guys can see here with the steering wheel, you've got leather all around, stitching here on the center portion. You got the adaptive cruise control right here. We've got our volume controls on the other side, and then you got the turn signal / light stock, windshield wiper stock on the other side, and yeah, that's the steering wheel. Gauge cluster, just like the Suburban, half analog, half screen. You guys can see this screen is a little bit larger with this setup, and you got some different menus you can scroll through, just like on the Suburban. We do have a snow mode as a drive mode, and then we have a tow mode as another drive mode, so they keep things pretty simple. Here's the infotainment system. Response time is really solid. With the infotainment system itself, it's loading up because it's probably trying to find a phone that doesn't exist. But anyways, you guys can see when I press the buttons, any other button, it responds very well. And also, we have a 360 camera system. So you can see you got the bird's eye view, and you can see with the trajectory lines and all that fun stuff from a camera perspective. So solid with that. And so yeah, easy to use infotainment system, and yeah, it's large. We've got our analog controls down below for like the radio. Climate controls down below that. It has a dual zone climate system. Heated seats here for the front passengers. We have our wireless phone charger in this little area. We've got our trailer brake controls down here. We've got some USBs, and then we have this for the drive line. So you've got your auto, 4-wheel high. You can go in between then stability control and the drive modes. Shifter for that 7-speed automatic. Controls here for the infotainment system. Some cup holders. We got the center console set up. And then you guys can see the glove box. And then you can see the material use here on the dash. And then we do have a sunroof here at the top, control for it, and then the sunglass holder. And yeah, that's all. Now let's get into pricing quickly. So the Armada stickers for about $64,000, and when this Suburban was brand new, it's stickered for about the same amount of money, give or take a couple $1,000. So I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below if you would rather have the Armada or the Suburban / Tahoe, and why. And again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Chevy here in Provo for giving me some time with the Suburban. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see all of you in that next video.